Now what we'll do is, this is our Istio service mesh wherein I have two deployments running. One is app and the other one is app2. I'm using the same deployment file that I have been using so far. And what I'll do is I'll create a HTTP web page on an AWS EC2 instance. If you do not know how to do that, so I have mentioned the commands in the document of the resources section. So log into the EC2 instance and then use those commands. I'll try to access this web page using curl from the container. And you already know that when I try to do that, the container would connect to the Envoy proxy and Envoy proxy would connect to the EC2 instance in turn. So by default, everything is allowed. That's what I have told you. So let us go ahead and see that. This is the EC2 instance where my application is running. And let me show you, if I'll use the DNS name rather than the IP address. So it is working from the browser. It is showing hi, I'm an external application, and it is working from my personal machine also. You are getting the same output. And I have these pods running, app deployment and app2 deployment. So let me go inside one of the pods and try to run the curl command. And I can see the output. I am an external application. So it is working. So seems like everything is allowed from this application pod because it is going to the Envoy proxy and Envoy proxy is allowing. So this is what I said, that by default everything is allowed. Why it is so? There's a configuration in the config map Istio, which is in Istio system namespace, and this configuration allows everything. Let me describe this config map. Okay, this is the config map and there's an option called mode. So if you scroll down enough, this is the option, outbound traffic policy. Mode is allow any. So this configuration is allowing all the traffic to go outside of the service mesh. So what we'll do now, we'll change it to deny everything until unless you allow using service entry. And that's how it should be done in production instances also. By default, you should always deny everything. And this is the command. You are getting the config map. We are doing some changes using sed command and then applying the file. I've got this command from Istio documentation and it is there in the reference in the resources section also. Just apply and the config map has changed. If I do a describe again, and this is the same outbound traffic policy, but the mode has been changed to registry only. So what does it mean? It means that it will allow traffic only to those services or those hosts or those domains which are allowed or which are registered using service entry configuration. So I'm back to this pod. Now if you see, I'm not getting any output. So if I do a curl from the same pod again, there's no output. Let's see and do an I. So it says 502 bad gateway. That means it is not allowing. So I have stopped allowing all traffic. I've changed the configuration to registry only. So now we'll create a service entry to allow traffic to the application which is running in EC2 instance. This is the service entry file. The kind is service entry. Metadata and name are pretty obvious. In specifications, I have mentioned the hosts to be the DNS name of the EC2 instance, which is this one. Let me go back to AWS console and show you that again. See here, this is the public DNS name. EC2 54.146.52.94 compute 1 Amazon AWS.com. You can use similar options in Google Cloud Compute Engine also. You can provide a DNS name to Compute Engine and then use that as well. So that's what I have mentioned here in the hosts. And in the ports, I have mentioned number 80. Name is HTTP and protocol is of course HTTP. I'm also allowing on port number 443 using HTTPS protocol. And then the resolution is DNS because I'm mentioning a DNS name rather than an IP address. If I want, I can mention an IP address also using the address option, which I have shown you in the Istio documentation. And the location is mesh underscore external because this service is outside of the Istio service mesh. So let us go ahead and apply the service entry file in prod namespace. So service entry has been created. The short form is AC, and this is the service entry, which is web page on EC2. And in the hosts, I have mentioned the public DNS name of the EC2 instance, which is being shown here, and the location is mesh external, and the resolution is DNS. We can describe it as well. And it is giving you all the output, and the final output is this one, which we have mentioned, the specification, hosts, location, and various ports. So it has been applied, and now let us go ahead and see whether it works or not. So if you do a curl now, I'm getting the output to be 200 OK rather than 502. So without using -I, if I use this, I should be able to see the web page again, which is hi, I'm an external application. I can launch one more EC2 instance and create one more application there. If I try to access that, it should not allow me. So let us try that. Alright, I have created this new EC2 instance, and the name is external HTTP application new, and this is the public DNS name. Now if I try to access this, let me first try to access this from my machine. So it is working. It is saying that this is the second external application. Let's do the same from the pod. Now I'm inside of the pod, and if I try to access this, I should not get any output. So there's no output. Let me use the -I option, and it says bad gateway. That means it is not allowing, or the service entry is not allowing the traffic to go out to the second application. So now let us go ahead and change the service entry. The only thing that I have to do is I have to add the domain name in the host section. So this is the domain name of the second EC2 instance. So I have added it here. Let us apply the service entry again. And it has been applied. Do a describe. If I do a get service entry, now you see that it is showing two hosts. This is the first one, which is the first EC2 instance, and this is the second one, which is the second EC2 instance. Now let us go ahead and try to access this from the pod. Let's do -I. Now we are getting HTTP 200. That means it is working. So let's do it without -I, and I should see the page which is saying this is the second external application. The first one is anyway working, which is this one, and it is showing I'm an external application. So both of them are working. Okay, so we have seen that we are able to connect to the applications or the web pages which are hosted on EC2 instances. What about Google? So let's try Google, and we are getting the same output. I mean, there's no output actually. And let's do a curl -I, and it's showing you 502 bad gateway. And the way we change it is very simple, which you already know. We just add this entry www.google.com. So after adding this, if I apply this configuration again, I should be able to access google.com. So I've applied the file and do a describe or do a get, and I'll see that it has added www.google.com as part of the hosts also. Now I should be able to get some output here. Now instead of 502, I'm getting HTTP 200 OK. So it is perfectly fine. It is working. If I type just curl www.google.com, of course we'll get the page, but it will be overwhelmed because there will be a lot of information. So anyway, it is working. What about, let's say, amazon.com? It's the same output because you will not get anything because you have not allowed. So it is giving you a bad gateway. The next thing I want to talk is that, see, we have this service which is being hosted on AWS's domain name, amazonaws.com. The second one is also compute-1 amazonaws.com. So let's say you have services like this on a common domain name, and you want your application in the pod to connect to all the external applications which are hosted on a domain name which is amazonaws.com. So for our example, it is amazonaws.com. It can be anything for you. So do you go ahead and type DNS names of all those services here, one after the other? The list can become really big. But the purpose is that you want to allow a subdomain. So in this case, it is compute-1.amazonaws.com, which is common in both the cases. So what do you do in this case? Do you keep on adding the list? The answer is no. You have wildcarding available also. So what happens is that you can put this star and then you can remove this one. And now everything that ends with compute-1.amazonaws.com will be allowed. But you have to put it inside of quotation mark, point number one. Point number two is that the resolution cannot be DNS, it has to be none. But before testing this, let me delete this existing service entry, and it has been deleted. Now I should not be able to access any one of those. So Google will not work because I have deleted the service entry. Neither will this one. If you use -I, it is showing you bad gateway. So let me go ahead and apply this service entry, wherein we have wildcarded the domain name. But as I said, note again that the resolution has to be none here. It cannot be DNS. So the service entry has been created, and this is the only service entry available. Now see the hosts. We have star.compute1.amazonaws.com and www.google.com. Now if I try from the pod, I should get the output, which is working. So it will work for the first application also, and it will work for Google as well. So that's all about service entry. So let me repeat. The first thing is that the proxy allows all outgoing traffic using a mode allow underscore any in the config map STO. So you have to stop it by changing the mode to registry underscore only. I have mentioned the command which you use to do the same. Then we create service entries to allow traffic to external applications. I have used basic HTTP web page on EC2 instance. You can use any other database application also, or any other web service for that matter. So service entries are only used for egress traffic to external applications. Now, egress traffic meaning that outbound requests. So it works as a firewall rule for outbound requests. So if you want to apply firewall rules for inbound requests or ingress traffic, you'll have to use Kubernetes networking policy. Now, what about external services? So for external services, you can use ingress gateway, and you can put firewall rules at ingress gateway level. We cannot use service entries for firewall rules of ingress traffic. It is only for egress traffic or outbound requests.